Today I'm going to be showing you the basics, the advanced ways, and the more creative ways that you could use lake skips and how to do lake skips. So essentially this is your ultimate guide to lake skipping. So without further ado, let's get straight into it. Alright, so first, what is a lake skip? What lake are you skipping? Lake skip is the term used throughout competitive Disney Speedstorm to skip over this lake in Kaua'i using a rush or unique ability, which we'll get into later. And essentially, you just skip over this lake and you jump it and get to the other side, so you don't have to go all the way around here. And it's just way slower to go all the way around there. So I'll show you guys what it looks like once we come back around here. So I'm using a level 30 Mickey Mouse for demonstration purposes so that I don't go too fast. If I still go too fast, just slow down the video and watch. So this is what a lake skip looks like. We just jump across this lake and we go right there. Okay, so now on to how to do a lake skip. So when I first found out about this, it was like season 4 or 5. When people started discovering this along with myself, that you're able to jump across this lake. So what you do, this is how I started out. So I went to like this corner, I backed up, had a rush, and I just practiced jumping across the lake like this and just getting to the other side. That's all you want to practice right now if you're a complete beginner to lake skipping. Just getting down the basic jump. What is that? Okay, give me a heart attack. Just jumping across like the basic motion, I guess is the way to put it. Like just practice like trying to rush across. Alright, now if there is one thing that makes the lake skip hard, is timing. So that's another thing I'm going to go over. Also in this step, we're going to go over timing. So we're going to do our same thing here. We're going to go over here. We're going to look across the lake, and the timing is key. With improper timing, the game like makes you boost low and you'll just fall into the lake and reset. We obviously don't want that. So what we want to do is we want to start charging it and then jump. So basically we want one boost right before our initial jump, another boost within the actual jump, and then another boost when we land here. Because it sounds confusing. I don't know any other way to explain it better, but yeah, timing is really everything when it comes to this. And of course, when charging it, you want to charge it a little before you jump over the lake. You don't want to be like jumping into the lake and then charging it, because you'll just fall into the lake, and again, we don't want that. That's our basic tutorial. So now that we know the basic components of lake skip, now we're going to be applying this to how it'd be like in a game. So don't here. Just like jump and then like just crash into this wall. Now don't do this in a game because you'll just get stuck like that. But as long as you're able to do that, that means you'll be able to do the next step, which is more practice. But yeah, just start off hitting into this wall, just because it's like easier and more simpler than how we're going to perfect it. But just start off with that, nail a couple of those. Once you can get like 10 in a row, maybe 15 in a row, then we're gonna try to refine the jump a little better so that we don't crash into this wall, get stuck, and have to respawn, because then that just defeats the whole purpose. Alright, so now the way that we can refine this is a little more advanced. I'm gonna show you it a little more slowly, but alright, it's not gonna make much sense at first, but just hear me out. So basically, once we round this corner, we want to face our carts this way. So not square, but more at like an angle, where when we turn, we don't hit the wall. Instead, we go straight to the track, if that makes sense. Alright, so now if we apply this with speed and turning a little further, it's a little harder with a level 30 Mickey Mouse. But see how like we just grazed that wall rather than smashing into it? That's the main reason why we do lake skip, is to save like a good 2 seconds. And with doing that, you ignore the troubles of smashing into a wall, which is very good. We do it again here. Maybe get a little better. Okay. See, like that one was worse, but again, angling our cart a little more to the left than square straight on is a lot better. Now, any racer with any level rush can do this. So that's like, if you go in here and you look at the common skills, any of these racers can do it, except for racers that don't have rush in their kit. For example, Bo Peep does not have rush. Wally, but he's an exception. I'll get into that later, among with others. And just go through the list here and you'll be able to see who can and cannot do it with regular rush. But there are unique abilities that can get you across very easily. One big noticeable one is Buzz Lightyear. Now, he has rush. It's not very common that you'll get it. So I'll show you what you are able to do with his unique ability, and then I'll give you guys a list of characters who can also do it relatively the same way. Now, this list that I have does not include Autopilot characters. I'll get into Autopilot characters in a second. They will be their own separate section because they are a little different than the large boost characters, I guess. I don't know how else to explain it. It's like a big push. Yeah, we'll call them that, the big push characters. Or the big push racers. Yeah, we'll go with that. We go here with Buzz. I'm not going very fast because I wanted to save my boost. I should have done this with the level 50, but it's fine. Alright, so we're going to do the same things here, except we just have Buzz's rocket. That wasn't the best example. Let me see if I can do that a little better. Again, my timing is off. Timing is key. It's just weird because I'm not boosting or using any other skills. Alright, that one was better. Still not our best work, but it gets us across, and that's really all that matters. So, the big thing about a lake skip is even if you mess up a little bit, it is still more efficient than going around that turn. So, when in doubt, as long as you attempt it, unless it's like a harder character to use, but I'd say really only go for it if you know you're gonna hit it. Because some racers that I'm about to mention, that can do this, the big push racers, I think I've called them. Some of these big push racers they're hard to pull off. But I've done them before. I've tested this out. This all works. Except for like a few I'm a little iffy on. Alright, so now here are the big push racers that can do a lake skip. There's Elizabeth Swan, Wally, Woody, Joy, Goofy, Beast, Minnie, Vanellope, Mrs. Incredible, Daisy, Ariel, Ralph, Anxiety, Rapunzel, Moana, Maui, Mr. Incredible, and Genie technically can get rush from his unique ability. So if you don't know, and same thing for Anxiety. So the reason why, now Anxiety has rush in her kit, I'm pretty sure. Okay, yeah. So Anxiety has rush in her kit, but the reason why I put her under the unique skills character, and same thing goes for Genie, well, not really, but her ability, she has a chance of getting rush in her random 3 suitcase unique skill. If you guys played her, you know what I'm talking about. One of them, the rush, obviously gets you across, so she can pull it off, but you have to notice that it's about to happen, and it's random, so it won't happen all the time. So unless you're extremely confident and you have luck on your side, go for it. But if that, just use rush. It's a lot simpler. And then Genie's ability. Now the thing about Genie is he has he gets 3 random skills, but he could save them, unlike Anxiety, who uses them right away. So the thing about him is that he's able to get rush, turn, and then he's able to do lake skip technically, even though he doesn't have rush in his kit, which is pretty cool. Now other people I had questions about, like Will and Dash. It is a specific circumstance that they can do a lake skip with their unique ability. Now these characters, they have rush in their kit, so they're able to do lake skip normally, but with the unique skill I was questioning, because I believe it's either if you pass a racer or if a racer passes you, you get a boost forward. It's hard to do that and know that you're gonna get a push forward. It's hard to pull off. Just stick to the rush, but I believe that you can do it. Yeah, but it is hard to do it. Same thing for Joy again. Joy, it's hard to do it with her. These are your last options if you don't have a rush in your kit when you need to lake skip. So Joy is hard. you need perfect timing. I did it with her once, like a couple seasons back. I don't know how, but I was able to, like, I had the perfect timing of when I had her orbs, and I was able to jump across. Yeah, Woody, Mrs. Incredible, and Rapunzel. The thing about them is that their boost is barely anything, and I barely got across as level 50. So they're hard too, but again, it's still possible to do it with them because their boost is so little. But if you grab onto someone on the other side, which would be incredible, I've never seen that before, then it would be easily done. But again, this requires an insane amount of skill. Some of the stuff I'm saying, I don't know has ever been done, but it's possible. It's possible. That's all that matters, is that it's possible. So that was all the big push characters, racers, right? Big push racers. I think that's what I'm calling them. I don't know. There might be 3 different names in this video. Now, next we have the Autopilot characters. Now, the thing about these guys is your timing has to be perfect. Like, you have no second chance. Your timing has to be spot on. I've messed up these numerous times. They're hard. We're gonna go in here as Goofy. I'm gonna show you guys how to do them, and I'm gonna list off the racers that have Autopilot for you guys, if you don't know, for their abilities. Oh, and also the thing about Goofy is that he kind of qualifies for both categories because his secondary, his charge does that, and that also gets you across the lake. So that's another thing to note, is that you can use Goofy in any way that you want in your playstyle, which is pretty cool. So whatever you find easier, obviously go for that. But I'm going to show you guys the Autopilot way. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to jump like first, and then see, like, you want to hit it earlier than when I hit it. Alright, let's see if we can do it again. There we go. Alright, so it is really hard to pull that one off because your timing has to be perfect. Charging it is way harder. If the Autopilot's a charge skill, it is so much harder. Yeah, not that I don't have trust in you guys, or faith. I believe that you guys can all do this, but the thing is I think that some of you guys might try to activate it too early, and you'll end up being brought along, and you'll try to do something like this. Okay, why am I doing it perfectly now? Alright, I'm trying to show you guys the mistake, but don't activate it too early, because you'll end up going around the lake instead, and we don't want that. It's still faster than, you know, driving around the lake, but still we want you to, well, I want you to jump across the lake because it's way more efficient. Alright, so now I'm going to show you guys more in depth how to do it. Last time I was trying to show you how to not do it, but that wasn't working. So I'll show you guys how to do it. I kind of already went over this, I think. Alright, so now we're going to come over here again. I'll show you guys how to do it. So I think I already discussed this, but I'll show you guys again. And jump. Okay, I don't know what happened there. That's just like a glitch, I think. I don't know. Hopefully they're not patching another shortcut. If they patch that one, I'm going to be so mad. So we're going to play it as if we do have a rush. And we're just going to jump across the lake like we do, but we don't. And we're going to activate our ability right before we hit the water. So we got to make sure that's activated right before we hit the water. Not activate it, but right before when it's activated. What did I just say? Activated. Make sure it's activated right before it hits the water. So activate it a little bit before, and then like right before you respawn, hit the button. Charging this could be a little harder. You gotta know how that timing works. What is this? But if it helps you at all, I'd say practice it the same way as the rush. The way that we practice the rush. So like do the same, like backing up and then just like jumping across the lake, and just, if it lets you do it, do it. But that's how you like skip with an Autopilot. I hope that helps. Now I'll give you guys a list so that helps you. Charging is gonna be a little hard. No, I'll show you guys a charged one. I'll show you guys Calhoun or something like that. Alright, I'll show you guys Oswald at level 50, because I don't feel like playing as level 30s anymore. So I'll show you guys Oswald. So the reason why Oswald is different is because his autopilot occurs on the charged activation. So you have to charge it first and then do that. So I'm going to show you guys when to charge, because that could be a little challenging. Is that that timing could be really hard. All right, so when you guys want to start charging it is like right before you jump. So like right here. All right. So the thing about this, it's a level 50 Oswald, so he's gonna obviously go a little faster, jump a little further because he is a higher level. So it's gonna be a lot easier. Still, charge it right before you jump. I believe that's where you want to charge it. I don't know. I'm trying to think about it without messing it up. Alright, see, like, there I messed it up. There, I did it way too soon. Way too soon and started charging it. So that's where, that's what I was trying to show you guys earlier. And it just wasn't cooperating. So there you go. There you have it. Don't charge it too early. And don't activate it too early. It's going to end up turning you around and then just taking you around the long way. Yeah, okay. It's like, again, it's working on that timing. If you've played this game for a while, you have a feel for when like your ability is gonna charge. It takes about like a second, I'd say. But essentially, that's autopilots. Now the full list of autopilots that can do lake skip are Goofy, Aladdin, Oswald, Mrs. Incredible, Eric, Calhoun, Lilo, Anui, Moana, and Maui. So if you noticed, some of these racers are also in the Big Push racers, and also some of them have Rush too in their kits. So some of these racers can do lake skip in any scenario, and you just don't know it until you try it out. So some of these racers obviously fall in both categories, as I just said. And also another one I want to mention, Maleficent. Now her autopilot, it's possible, but you have to time it perfectly, and you have to know that you stun people with her lightning, because then you're just jumping off into a lake, and that's not good. So I wouldn't try it with Maleficent, but it is definitely possible. Randall cannot lake skip, which is really weird, because you would think that with his doors he'd be able to just glide right across, but that is not the case. The game strictly forbids it, apparently. Makes you do an entire 180, even if you're more than halfway across. And yeah, that was my lengthy video. It's a lengthy recording of how to do lake skip with Rush, Big Push racers, air quotes, and autopilots. So I hope that helps anyone in their rank journey with characters, because it is definitely more than half the roster that can lake skip. Now it is harder as you get to, well, when you're in lower levels. So like level 20-ish racers, that's hard. Some of them. Like especially the unique ability ones. Woody, his push isn't far enough. It isn't that strong. So I wouldn't do that with Woody at level 25, but with all level 50 Woody, go for it. But yeah, it's just things like that where it's a little harder. But I hope this helps you guys. Drill this. It's hard. I failed it the first couple attempts that I had when I first learned it. It was hard, but you get the hang of it. It just takes practice, and yeah, watch this video as many times as you need to perfect it, because I know it can be hard. I don't know if there's any other tutorial on YouTube that has done this. So I hope this helps out any of you guys wondering how to do lake skip in any circumstance. And note that this video is in Season 11, so any future racers, Tron racers, Big Hero 6 racers in the future past that haven't come out yet. That's way far into the future, but for right now, that's how you lake skip with the current meta in Disney Speedstorm. I hope this helps you guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.